In 1605, as part of the Twelfth Night festivities, the renowned playwright Ben Jonson presented a magnificent production called the Masque of Blackness for King James I and Queen of Denmark at the court. During the Jacobean-era in England, it was customary to honor the monarchy through masques, which were short but elaborate plays incorporating music, poetry, and grand visual displays. The Masque of Blackness served as a tribute to the king, drawing parallels between his radiance and the sun, which was believed to be powerful enough to bleach the skin of African goddesses. To preserve the memory of this unique performance, Ben Jonson wrote down the script, including stage directions, while the renowned architect Inigo Jones meticulously sketched the sets, special effects, and costumes. The masque begins with a dramatic ocean storm that brings together Oceanus, the god of the sea, and his son Niger, the deity of the Niger River. Accompanied by 12 torchbearers whose skin and hair are dyed blue, Oceanus appears in his riding sea chariot, while Niger enters the stage with his 12 nymph daughters, adorned with black makeup on their arms and faces. The nymphs wear silver garments to contrast with the dark makeup on their bodies. The use of makeup in this production makes it rather unconventional for its genre, as masks typically relied on disguises or masks for the performers, from which they derived their name. Oceanus expresses surprise at Niger's alteration of his usual course and wonders what may be troubling him. Niger confides that although his daughters were once considered beautiful, the prevailing standard of beauty now favors fair skin. The moon goddess Ethiopia has hinted to the 12 goddesses that they must seek out a country whose name ends with Tanya. In that land, where the sun shines relentlessly, their skin will become pale in its light. In their quest for a suitable country, the goddesses have faced disappointment in Mauritania, Lusitania, Portugal, and Aquitania, France. On the verge of giving up, the moon goddess re-enters and solves the riddle herself. The country they seek is Britannia, a land renowned for being ruled by a sun whose radiant light possesses magical and medicinal qualities. Overjoyed, the nymphs celebrate with a dance. Typically, masks would conclude with the unmasking of the performers, revealing the courtiers who portrayed each character. However, since this masque employed makeup instead of masks, the ending leaves the story open-ended, as if to suggest a continuation. The masque concludes with a teaser for its sequel. The moon goddess declares that if the 12 goddesses swim in the king's light once a month for a year, their skin will turn white by the following year, allowing them to appear even more beautiful before the court. This follow-up play, titled The Masque of Beauty, was indeed written by Ben Jonson and performed several years later, featuring the same goddesses with newly white skin. It is important to acknowledge that the masque was commissioned by Anne of Denmark, who intended to have herself and her ladies-in-waiting portray the African goddesses, which today would be recognized as performing in blackface. For modern readers, this play can be challenging to engage with due to the deeply offensive nature of blackface performances. Moreover, its underlying premise that blackness is inherently inferior to whiteness is unequivocally racist and poses difficulties in confronting. Interestingly, the play sparked controversy during its original performance, although for different reasons. Anne's decision to challenge the gender norms of the time by appearing on stage, even in non-speaking roles, was deemed highly improper and drew criticism. Additionally, some individuals were upset that the queen consort would transgress her own whiteness by participating in blackface. The criticism directed at the play did not stem from the offensiveness of the black makeup towards African people, but rather from the perception that the queen was tarnishing her own image by appearing impure. Additionally, the extravagant nature of the production incurred significant expenses, leading to murmurs of discontent regarding the king's spending habits. Today, the play is rarely taught, partly due to its controversial subject matter, partly because it does not represent Ben Jonson's finest work, and partly because the script does not provide a comprehensive understanding of the actual performance. However, some contemporary scholars, such as Kristen McDermott, argue that with sufficient biographical and historical context, it is possible to discern the masque's more nuanced exploration and depiction of Jacobean England's attitudes towards race. For instance, while the play emphasizes the inferiority of blackness, the problem and its resolution are conveyed in a peaceful and benign manner, aligning with James I's political policies concerning Africa. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.